Great design happens in the background of the stories we watch every night, not just in showrooms. We obsess over the drama in our favorite shows, but often the walls, furniture, and lighting stay with us long after the credits roll. From the specific shade of purple that defined a generation of roommates to the sunken living room that made everyone want to drink scotch in the middle of the day. Television sets have quietly shaped how we see our own homes. These backdrops are actually masterclasses in style, texture, and layout waiting to be stolen. Coming in at number 10 is the unapologetic 80s nostalgia of the buyer's house in Stranger Things. You might not want a demogorgon bursting through your wall, but the set design teaches a brilliant lesson in pattern drenching and atmospheric lighting. Joyce Byers didn't just hang wallpaper, she let that floral chaos dominate the room and grounded it with warm, mismatched wood tones that make the space feel lived in rather than curated. The real genius lies in the lighting. Instead of relying on a single overhead fixture, the set uses layers of practical lamps and strings of Christmas lights to create depth and mystery. It proves that a cozy home is often a cluttered one, where memories and textures stack on top of each other to tell a story. Number 9 takes us to Nevermore Academy and the dorm room shared by Wednesday Addams and Enid Sinclair. This set offers a masterclass in visual zoning without building a single wall. Production designer Mark Scruton split the room down the middle to contrast Enid's explosion of rainbows and K-pop posters against Wednesday's monochrome Gothic void. The massive spiderweb stained glass window anchors these opposing forces, proving that conflicting styles can coexist if you commit to the contrast. You don't need a roommate to apply this concept. It works perfectly in multi-purpose spaces where you use color blocking to separate a home office from a living area. The trick is letting the boundary line become the design feature itself, rather than trying to blend the styles. Landing at number 8 is the candy-colored perfection of Midge Maisel's Upper West Side apartment. This is a celebration of 1950s optimism through color coordination rather than the beige minimalism we see today. The production team sourced specific vintage paint colors to achieve those robin egg blue foyers and peachy pink bedrooms. But the real takeaway is how they handled the details. Notice how the floral wallpaper sits inside the picture frame molding to turn the wallpaper itself into art. Midge's World teaches us that matching your curtains to your headboard is a deliberate choice that brings a sense of order to a vibrant life. If you want to use pastels without looking childish, anchor them with dark wood furniture, just like the Weissmans did. Number 7 brings the drama of Monterey with the stunning homes of Big Little Lies. The design principle remains the same, whether it is Renata Klein's modern glass fortress or Madeline's traditional beach house, because the view is the art. These interiors strip back the clutter to let the environment take center stage. They use a palette of sand, stone, and sea blues to blur the line between indoor and outdoor living. The key here is scale. Massive floor-to-ceiling windows do the heavy lifting, but notice how the furniture sits low to the ground to avoid blocking sight lines. You can mimic this quiet coastal vibe by removing heavy window treatments and arranging your seating to face the natural light source rather than the television. At number 6, we enter the Arconia to visit Charles Hayden Savage's apartment in Only Murders in the Building. This space balances modern design with warmth and rejects the coldness that often comes with renovations. The production designers used a burnt orange and deep blue palette, inspired by a Paul Smith fabric, to prove that masculine design doesn't have to be grey. Textures rule here, with velvet sofas, geometric rugs, and that incredible kitchen with the bright green cabinets. Look closely at the built-in shelving, where the intentional gaps between the shelves and the supports make the joinery feel custom and architectural. This reminds us that warmth comes from layering materials like wood, fabric, and bold paint until the room feels comfortable.
Number 5.
Transports us back to 1813 with the Bridgerton family drawing room. The Featherington house screams with citrus brights, while the Bridgerton home whispers with a specific shade of Wedgwood blue. This design choice anchors the entire series by using a monochromatic blue and cream palette to signify old money elegance. The lesson here is about architectural interest. The walls are paneled, wainscoted, and molded to create shadow and depth. Adding simple box molding to a plain drywall room instantly elevates the ceiling height and adds a sense of history even without a manor. Combine that with symmetry, using matching lamps or paired chairs to achieve that regal and balanced look that feels expensive regardless of the budget.
Coming in at number 4.
Is the apartment that made every single girl in New York believe she could afford a one-bedroom on the Upper East Side. Carrie Bradshaw's apartment was chaotic, but her walk-in closet was a sanctuary. It served as a pass-through space connecting the bathroom to the bedroom, which forced her to interact with her clothes every day. The genius lies in prioritizing what you love. Carrie barely used her kitchen and kept sweaters in the oven, but she dedicated prime square footage to her wardrobe. Design your home for your actual life instead of the life you think you should have. If you love fashion more than cooking, build the closet of your dreams and leave the kitchen basic so the space serves your passion.
Number 3.
Is the tastefully terrifying world of Succession. Logan Roy's Penthouse teaches us about quiet luxury, or what the internet calls stealth wealth. You won't find bold feature walls or quirky knickknacks here. Instead, the power comes from scale and materials. The palette is strictly neutral, with creams, beiges, and grays, while the textures are rich with walnut wood paneling, cashmere throws, and marble surfaces. It feels expensive because it lacks visual noise. The design lesson is subtraction. Stop buying small decor items that clutter your shelves to get this look. Save that money and invest in one large, high-quality piece like a substantial rug or a solid wood table. Having empty space is the ultimate flex in the world of Succession.
At number 2.
We have the purple walls that defined a decade. Monica Geller's apartment in Friends broke every rule of 90s beige minimalism. The production team used a bold lilac mixed toward Benjamin Moore's distinct violets to make the set pop on screen. But it also made the apartment feel like a character. The turquoise kitchen cabinets and the open shelving were revolutionary for the time. Removing the cabinet doors forced a kind of organized display that added color and personality to the room. It proves that you don't need expensive finishes to make a statement. A can of Brave paint and a willingness to show off your mismatched mugs can make a rental feel like a home. Finally, at number 1 is the undisputed king of television interiors, Don Draper's Manhattan apartment from Mad Men. When Don and Megan moved into this penthouse, the sunken living room became an instant obsession for design lovers everywhere. It was a social choice as well as a stylistic one. The conversation pit forces people to face each other and creates an intimate zone within a large open plan. The low-profile sectional sofas and the walnut built-ins created a sleek, horizontal grandeur that defined the mid-century modern aesthetic. You can replicate the effect by using rugs to define a zone and arranging furniture in a tight U shape. It prioritizes connection over television and brings the cocktail party vibe back to the center of the home. Before we unveil the top show that changed interior design forever, a quick like on the video helps us know which styles you want to see more of in the future if you are finding these breakdowns useful.
These shows entertained us
And gave us permission to experiment with our own spaces. The best design always serves the story of the people living in it, whether it is the chaotic warmth of a floral wallpaper or the disciplined calm of a neutral palette. Your home is your set, so direct it exactly how you want. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive. If you want to see how we break down the worst design trends from these same eras.